Good morning. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Let's talk about some of the trees that are around your property. This time of year, most of the trees don't have anything on them. You know, they look like sticks out there. Well, now's the time to really kind of think about, are trees dangerous? The ones that are close to your home, perhaps you might want to think of removing them so they don't fall in a storm or severe winds that we've been having across Memphis and the Mid-South. Let's bring in right now a certified arborist with Davey Tree, Mike Mabe. He is on the digital desk this morning for us. Mike, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you. So let's first talk about some of the trees that are in Tennessee that may be problem trees if they're on your property. What do you see from your vantage point in terms of your company, Davey Tree, and some of the problem trees out there that could pose a risk if there's high winds or severe storms?
Trees that usually have mushrooms growing around the bases of them, those are prone to failure. In a lot of cases, it's good to have someone that is a professional come by and inspect them. Limbs that are very tight forked have a tendency to break a little bit more. Things of that nature. It's always best to have a real professional come by and check your trees, especially this time of the year when you can see all the way to the top of the tree, as compared to during the summertime when you can see a canopy. So, if you will, you can't see the tree for all the leaves.
Oh yeah, I know that's a problem, and certainly you know there's an issue there. A lot of people have a bunch of trees, either on the side or the front lawn or in the back. Is there maybe a guide, 2, 3 bullet points that you would tell a homeowner? Hey, if you look for these kind of things, I know you mentioned mushrooms and that sort of thing. What would you tell them if you had like bullet points?
Broken limbs that are discolored, have fungal growth on the limbs themselves. If you start seeing more and more limbs breaking off during just the light winds, picking up tree trash in your yard, being smaller limbs and that type of thing, that are continuously breaking off, usually a sign that something else is going on in the upper canopy. Like I said, fungal growth around the base of the tree, hollows, cavities, any kind of vertical or horizontal fractures in the trunks, or when you start seeing limbs that have been hanging there since last year's storms, which we had quite a number of those storms last year. And there's still a lot of dangerous limbs up in the trees that would cause, hazards to people that are walking by, power lines, houses, driveways, that type of thing.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. There were some severe storms for sure. This time of year, what kind of calls do you get from your company?
This time of the year, a lot of it is replacement trees, trying to figure out what's going on as far as replacing some of the trees that died last year, having those removed, having the trees trimmed up so they don't have the storm damage in them this year when we start hitting the spring storms that are usually coming up real soon. It's always in that situation best to have us come by and take a look at them. Also, fertilization for the trees, to build the stronger root system so you don't have the problems with the insects and diseases as the summer progresses.
Yeah, no question about it. I know you mentioned this a little bit, but sometimes it's hard for homeowners out there, Mike, to determine, especially this time of year when we're still, it's still kind of cold out and the leaves haven't sprung yet, to determine whether your tree is just in effect hibernating or actually dead. Is there a quick way to really kind of tell right off the bat?
The buds on the limbs, this time of the year, usually trees start setting leaf buds and flower buds a lot of times in the fall. So you can see the buds out on the very tips of the limbs. If they're not present, usually the limb is dead. Discolorations, fungal growth on the limbs. And those are some really quick things that pretty much anybody can see.
Got it. I know that you are a certified arborist, and I understand that Tennessee Arbor Day is coming up.
Yes, Tennessee Arbor Day is coming up on March the 1st. It's also a good time to start planting trees by then. Tennessee trees, usually it's a good day to be planting trees. Everybody wants to talk about that at that time. That comes up on March the 16th. So it's a really good time to get out there and plant a tree with your grandchildren and your children, and you can kind of watch it grow as a family.
Are there certain kinds of trees that you recommend people plant in our area of West Tennessee, North Mississippi, Eastern Arkansas?
Yes, around here, because of the soil types and the weather types that we have, oak trees are always a really good choice. Maple trees grow really well around here. They can tolerate the heat, and not Japanese maple so much, but regular maple trees, sugar maples, silver maples, things like that. They can tolerate the heat pretty well. Most of the oaks do tolerate the heat. Um, Magnolia trees, if you want something that's going to be more of an evergreen type tree. Uh, those types of trees grow really well in this area. And then, of course, our state tree, which is a tulip poplar. They grow really well around here. So,
Excellent, excellent. All right, Mike. Well, listen, I appreciate the knowledge, information, very valuable for us. Anything else you want to mention? We have thousands of people that watch us each and every morning.
well, we would appreciate your call if you do need any tree inspections. Be more than happy to come by and take a look at those trees. If you're questioning whether limbs are dead, that type of thing, we'll be more than happy to point those out to you, and or tell you that the tree's doing fine. Usually inspections from most legitimate companies are no charge, and you can get good estimates from good qualified people when you start looking for certified arborists. That is one of the base things to start looking for. And then also licensing, bonding, workers' comp for the people that are working on your property, not just the owner. Those type of things protect the homeowner themselves also.
All right, Mike Mabe from Davey Tree of Memphis. We appreciate you joining us on the digital desk. Thanks so much.
Thank